Hey guys, this is Gregory Soderberg from Logos Online and also Kepler Education and also Bible Mesh Institute. And as I wrap up my PhD in historical theology, and as I look forward to teaching a whole bunch of great courses on history and other subjects, I've been thinking a lot about how the faith of Christians, how that impacts every area of life, or at least how it should. And so I've been doing a lot of reading and trying to prepare for my classes. And one book I came across is called Revivalism and Social Reform. From the 1957 is when it was published. And it's fascinating for a lot of reasons, which maybe I'll talk about at some other point. But the introduction, I think he captured well what a good Christian approach to history is. And it's one that I want to impart to my students, one that I want to embody, and the attitude that I want to have as a teacher. And so I call it affectionate realism. And the two parts to that are affection. We want to actually love what we are learning about. And even if history is not our favorite thing, our favorite subject, hopefully we can relate to the people and the stories of history. But the other part of that is realism. We don't want to pretend that people in history were angels. They were perfect people. And I think sometimes as Christians we can tend to fall into that trap by talking about how the founding fathers were so Christian, which, again, another video for another day. But we don't have to say they were perfect people in order to say, yes, they were influenced and they had core Christian beliefs or influenced by them. And the flip side of that is we don't need to condemn everybody in history who was a sinner, because that would be everybody. So affectionate realism, I think, helps us to see things that are valuable, to appreciate what's valuable, but also to be realistic about the flaws and the shortcomings of people in history. So back to the book. Here's the quote. I'll just read some parts of it. "The purpose of historical study is to explore fully and summarize accurately what really happened in the past. Scholars do not pretend to have achieved absolute objectivity. However, accuracy and impartiality are the historian's cherished goals. It happens that I hold deep affection for the faith of the people that this book talks about. But my intent has been to get the facts straight. Unless Christianity is dependent upon propaganda, its case is better served when historians hew to this line as best they can, letting the chips fall where they may." And so we don't want to hide anything in history. We don't want to be ashamed of the dark spots, but we also want to be able to celebrate the highlights and the light that has shone through countless individuals. So the affectionate realism, that's the goal that I want to have as a historian, as a teacher, and I hope that my students will have as we go through these classes.